I saw the movie Joker, and I'm going to talk about it for a second here. You know, I like to do my reviews when I go to see a movie.
Should have fucking called it Turkey too.
You know what the thing is? You know, and there's a lot of people that watch these movies and have these big YouTube channels doing reviews, and obviously there's a whole, you know, boutique industry on TikTok and everything. I don't see myself as these highbrow reviewers. I'm the everyman. I like a jail movie too. It's probably my favorite thing. If you give me action movie in a jail, I can't think of a scenario where you can screw it up for me. It's very, very difficult.
Sure. Yeah, the moment you just put them in a jail, you
put them in a jail, you have all the pieces. You know, you have a couple fights, you have some dirty guards.
How many ditties out of 10 do you give the gang rape scene? Is it 10 ditties out of 10?
They didn't really show it. They implied it. Yeah, there was an implication. Well, a lot of people were saying that with the Joker that because the first one was such an incel classic that, you know, they were, you know, it was kind of there's this incel, everyone's bullying him, and then he gets his revenge. And they were saying that this, you know, all the articles weren't happy with Todd Phillips for doing that.
No.
And the conspiracy is that he had to atone for that by making a new Joker movie where he's kind of a bitch and he just gets yelled at by Lady Gaga the whole time. So he just gets sort of bullied around by Lady Gaga, and then at the end of it, he breaks out of the jail, and then she leaves him. And I don't care about spoiling it.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what was going on here. It's a musical.
I would have for sure seen this movie. I was saying until like just every person was like, "This sucks."
Dude, I was looking up what Todd Phillips made. The guy made everything.
He made every banger.
What did he make? Like Wedding Crashers?
Dude, like honestly, he might be on the Diddy list. It's the only explanation for Joker 2.
Tim Dillon was in it. He was posting all the bad reviews, which is kind of funny. It was cool that he was in it. But it's one of these things where it's, whenever every fucking article and Rotten Tomatoes, everything is like, this movie's bad, you're like, it's probably sick.
It is funny.
When they hate something so much, they're usually wrong. But it was just like, I mean, okay, the number one way for me to like a movie is for me to jail movie. Number one reason for me to not like a movie is make it a musical.
Yeah, in jail.
Music. I don't know if this is Lady Gaga. They're like, hey, we're going to get Lady Gaga to be the star of the movie that's kind of about the incel. It's like, well, this incel business is done.
Yeah, it's crazy, too, because the first one was so good.
This guy made The Hangover, Road Trip, War Dogs, Old School.
Man.
And he's kind of a comedy guy, too, right? That's why he always puts comedians in his thing. Like, I think he was kind of around the New York comedy scene.
Yeah.
Due Date. He's just made everything, right?
I mean, he was making comedy movies when, like, comedy movies were actually a thing.
Yeah, and then he kind of made, he made his way up the chain to being the big action movie director. That's the coup de grace, right? That's what you want to get to if you're, you get to do a Marvel movie. That's like the big move for the director. And the first one, I think he was getting some blowback for. The conspiracy is he was like, listen, we're gonna make a music. Someone said they're trying to make a musical for straight guys. That was kind of the thing, but I don't think straight guys are gonna, I don't
musicals.
Yeah, I didn't.
With a gang rape scene in it.
I guess it was just a Joker. Honestly, I guess if you were to say there was a moral, it's that it doesn't pay to be an incel.
Sure, it doesn't pay.
It doesn't pay, and then you kind of realize at the end. But there was no realization, and then he gets killed at the end, and then there's a new guy, and they're setting it up for a sequel.
They want a sequel to this dog shit?
They like setting them up for they always set them up for a sequel.
What?
But the musical component, I'm like, this is like, if Lady Gaga had a movie, I didn't realize Lady Gaga was in it, or that might have been a turn off.
Oh, that's what they've been talking about forever.
Well, I'm not on the same sites as you.
Oh, that's the funny thing is because all the like people who are, I guess, pro this shit are like, could Lady Gaga's performance earn her an Oscar?
Yes, yeah. I know.
That was the other side of this story, I suppose.
Well, sure, but when I watched this thing, I was like, if you told me, like, hey, do you want to go watch a musical with Lady Gaga in it? Like, if I was thinking that walking in, I'm thinking Todd Phillips' new Joker movie.
Right.
If I was thinking Lady Gaga made a musical, which is what this was, I would have been like, you can't pay me enough.
Any good numbers?
To be honest, the numbers were all like kind of ironic a little bit, where he was like singing bad on purpose sort of thing.
Yeah. Like there's no, there's not going to be anybody driving around just listening to the soundtrack.
I think there was just covers or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I left being like, I don't have much to say. It's like everyone kind of nailed it. That was not good.
Yeah, that was a stinker. I mean, sequels are notoriously hard to do.
Listen, as far as jail movies go, I think Big Stan has this beat. People don't know the plot line of Big Stan. This is a Schneider classic, but he's going to jail, and then he only has like 30 days before he goes to jail, so he has to learn karate so he can go kick everyone's ass in jail.
Yes, that's 30 days.
And he has 30 days to learn karate. He learns karate, right?
Yes, the most lethal of
maybe it's
martial arts.
One of the martial
karate.
Arts. So he learns karate, then he gets to jail, and then there's one scene where he's in the yard, and basically the gang's coming up to him, and he one by one just pummels, just flattens 100 gang members one by one. It's like cartoonish where he's swinging the guy above his head, basically.
That was when they still, that was...
Big Stan's something else.
I haven't seen it, but honestly, I'd be more inclined to watch that right now than the Joker 2.
Big Stan probably has Joker 2.
Because the problem with Joker 2 is if you watch it, it also kind of, like oftentimes with sequels, is it sullies the original one. Right? Like it takes a kind of, you go,
Original was all right. It wasn't the best movie in the world.
Original was I don't know. Original was pretty fucking good.
Well, I was watching this beside a black guy, and I'm telling you, this guy was not a happy camper.
Oh, no!
I swear, this guy kept looking around, being like, he's slunking in his chair, being like, what? He had a do-rag on. This guy goes, what the fuck?
He might have well been in a gay porn theater.
Because he was like, what the fuck is this shit? I thought I was seeing like a superhero movie.
Well, these are the type of incels that need to be defeated by Todd Phillips. Is black dudes in fucking do-rags.
Yeah, I guess I would give Todd Phillips the benefit of the doubt because I think he's probably a cool guy, and I doubt that he's like... They slapped him with like, you're going to atone by making this pussy movie. I think it's more likely that he thought he was being ahead of his time.
Yeah. He goes, I'm going to do something so crazy.
I think that he probably was like, this is my coup de grace. I'm going to be ahead of the time. But
yeah, because I imagine they probably are like, hey, banger of a movie. Let's get another one. Write the script, and then that probably is just like the script he wrote. But has he ever done any musicals? That's so weird. It's not like it was what's her face, the chick from Barbie, and you're like, yeah, the musicals are my thing. Like, it's not like musicals are his fucking jam.
This was something else. I left that being like, the fuck, man? You got me.
Nothing's safe anymore.
Yeah, it was more like I just felt like I got.
I don't think I've been inside a movie theater in like literally years.
Really? It's the only thing I do. Yeah, you like traveling around.
No,
I like seeing sights. You like looking at
movies.
art. Ooh.
No, I like movies, but honestly, there hasn't like
you don't know. You're a fake fucking
the wife.
Movie
the wife doesn't like movie theaters for some reason, and then also
the fuck?
I know it's bizarre, and then but there haven't been any really like this was the one where I go, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I'm back in a movie theater.
It's the only thing I do.
Yeah, and then
I'd say once every month at least.
Stinker.
On tour, I'll do it by myself too. I go solo dolo, my friend.
Yeah, I remember I saw what was it? What was the Mr. Bean movie where he was the this was like 20 years ago, but when he was like the fucking spy. Remember that?
I saw the spy movie, Bean movie.
The Bean spy movie. Saw that by myself. Solid.
Solid.
Literally, Rowan Atkinson can't miss.
That's a hilarious movie to be seen by yourself.
The guy just spy movie. Absolutely cannot miss. That guy could. If you fucking made Rowan Atkinson do Joker 2,
that would be a funny choice.
No complaints over here. 100% tomato score. 100%.
I mean, if he played, I tell you what he should have played is Lady Gaga.
Oh.
So we're gonna give those 0 P Diddy's. And I honestly, it actually wanted it to be good too. And I honestly,
why wouldn't you? Yeah.
The fact that all these reviewers are talking about how bad it is, I wish they were wrong. I want to be like, shut up, reviewers.
I know, right? Because you're normally like, it's one of those things where it's like the critic score is low and then the audience score is high, and you go, no, the critics and audience are in concert.
I know. I have to be like Huffington Post nailed it.
I know. Everybody. Piece of shit.
The worst people you all know just have the fucking perfect review.
I wonder if this hurts Todd Phillips in any way.
I don't know.
Because like Hollywood notoriously is like you kind of get 2 bombs.
It used to be like that. Now it seems like you if you play ball, you seem like you bureaucratically fail into a longer career.
This is going to be probably like you got to think.
He might be back to comedy. They might kick him back down to comedy.
But there is no comedy. That's the thing. There is nothing to get kicked back down to.
Maybe he goes and makes an HBO comedy show.
Maybe. That is such a drop off. You went from Joker to fucking HBO series. I think you just retire at that point. I don't even know what the move is. But like they're going to lose like $500 million.
I really wasn't a happy camper. No. Honestly, it pains me to give this bad review. Yeah. I didn't want to do it.
I mean, you and everybody. I don't think anybody's pumped about this other than the fucking anti-incel lobby.